is Ruel's Running Podcast, a podcast about running, health, family, play, and an NSNG lifestyle. And now, here's your host, Ruel.
Excuse me as I rock on. That's Went Away by Dorothy Lane. Dorothy Lane out of Martinez, California. That's out of the Cut and Dry album. Check them out at dorothylanemusic.com. Yeah. Hey everybody, it's me. Thanks for tuning in. This is Ruel's Running Podcast, a podcast about nothing. All right. How's everybody doing? If you are a return listener, you have so much loyalty, and you're greatly appreciated. Thank you. If you're a new listener, hi. What's up? So yeah, let's get right into it. What's cooking, guys? What is cooking? I literally just finished putting together some poke. And you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. It's ahi tuna, and it's my first time making it. I like sashimi, and that's why I have the tuna. I buy it frozen over at the nearby Trader Blows, and pretty happy with it. But this time around, I took a steak and cut it up into chunks. I threw in some chopped green onions. I have this soy sauce alternative called no soy, and I put that in, and I drizzled a little bit of sesame seed oil, and I squirted a little bit of wasabi from the wasabi paste, and then a couple dashes of the toasted sesame seeds. I think that's it. Yeah, and then just kind of mixed it all together. But sitting for a little bit, just sort of marinating, and then I'm just gonna devour it when I get to it. So that's the most recent thing. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Oh, and I did earlier in the day, I did some bone broth. My wife and I were cleaning out the freezer chest, the freezer drawer, and I had like 3 chicken carcasses or bones, the bones from 3 different roast chickens. And I also had like 4 rib bones from a past prime rib roast that I had done. So I put 3 different sets of chicken bones and 4 ribs in the Instant Pot, and to make bone broth. And yes, the usual. It's water, a little cap full of apple cider vinegar. I only had some carrots and onions. I didn't have any celery, and I put a whole bunch of spices and herbs and things in there, and put it in the Instant Pot for like an hour. Oh, I also threw in, during the cleanup event, I found some pork belly. So a big old section of pork belly, not big, but it's kind of like, I don't know, like 1.5 inches wide and about, 10 inches, 8 or 9 or 10 inches long, a good strip. I put that on top of everything in the Instant Pot, and I let that do its thing. And when that was done and it sort of naturally depressurized, I carefully scooped out the delicate pork belly, And I put it in a foil tray, right? And I put that in the air fryer to crisp it up. Man, that was good. That was so good. So, yeah, it had some flavor from all of the what's it called? The Instant Pot stuff. But so I did the bone broth. That turned out really well too. Really sort of dense chicken and beef bones with some flavor from the pork belly, some extra fatty goodness. Oh goodness! So I did that. And then the poke too, the tuna poke. So that's what's cooking. Yeah, so shifting over to family stuff. The family last weekend, it was the holiday weekend. We did a rafting event. We had a rafting trip. I don't know what you want to call it. It's basically a picnic over the river. It's kind of like, I think, the third year we've done it with a few sets of other families, where we get a couple of these rafts and fasten them together and throw in our coolers and of food and drink and just go down the river, the American River. And I can't remember if I talked about this on the last episode or not, but it really was a good time. And we had lots of fun getting into water battles with other folks along the river. We seem to have demolished a couple of folks, but we repeatedly gotten defeated by another set of folks. It was a fantastic time. Good times. And it felt like the summer, even though it wasn't. It just was the weather was good, the water was good, and, because we've done it a few times before, we knew exactly what we were getting into. We knew where we wanted to sort of, catch the shore and hang out, skip rocks and listen to music and go for a dip and all of that good stuff. Take a leak in the bushes, all of that good stuff. Yeah. So shifting over to the workout stuff. So last episode I talked about how I covered about 20 some odd miles on my long run attempt at 50. And that was all well and good, and pretty happy about it. What I have coming up is I registered. It was literally last night. I registered for a 50K trail event, the Berkeley one, and I've talked about it many times in the past. And I've never done well with it. Right? I've always gotten myself demolished, destroyed, DNF, got lost, all that good stuff. So I think it was just 2 past attempts at the 50K for this particular event. I did one 35K, completed it, untrained, but this time around I'm like, okay, I'm going to be kind of riding the fact that I went and did 20 plus odd miles as some level of training. And, I've got about a week until I do the event. So today, I'm just trying to get my stretching in place and also doing some strength work. I'm not worried about my cardiovascular endurance, because I run so hecka slow. I'm more concerned about my durability. So it's a hilly trail, a lot of climbs, descents, and it's going to be pretty hot. So I know that I'm going to be doing pretty miserable. And if I manage to get myself together, who knows if those cows are going to come back and hunt me down. with a bunch of cows that stopped in the middle of the trail, and nothing I can do. So, wish me luck there. But, yeah, just gonna go for it and see what happens. Hopefully, I never quit, and I can at least beat that cutoff around the turnaround, which is after a massive climb in the heat. So we'll see if I can get past that. If I can manage to get the aid station there to say, when I come back around, well, I mean, even if they don't cut me off, I still have to make my way back. And if the sweepers are there, there's a good chance that people are already stripping trail markers, and I'm find myself where I was before and be lost. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but looking forward to the battle. Yeah. Pretty good stuff. Speaking of durability, it was sometime before the summer, the family went on some trip. I can't remember if we flew or drove, but I do remember that after the trip, it was pretty exhausting, and I had done a lot of transfers in and out of hotel and transportation, and I hadn't put a lot of thought into how I was going about doing all of that lifting, because I do have issues with my back, and after that trip, I remember just doing sort of some regular sort of activity. I think I was picking up. I dumped some liquid out of one of the garbage carts, and I reached down to get it upright and kind of hurt my back pretty good, and it's around that time I decided I'm going to sort of re-engage with my chiropractor, who I had used in the past, but I never got on a treatment plan. I sort of went through, got x-rayed, got some adjustments, and figured I'm not going to pay up front for some treatment plan. I'm just going to kind of come in as needed, and the problem with that is, as needed sometimes would have flew by. The time would have flown by. I remember one time I went back, and they're like, wow, we haven't seen you in 3 months. I'm like, really? Oh my God. So, I re-engaged with my chiropractor, meaning I went to them, scheduled the appointment, found out how long it's been since my last visit, and started a new sort of program, and where I at least come in every other week, and as needed, I could tweak it. I can go every week if I wanted to, depending on availability. And so I did that. Got X-rayed to kick off the new sort of plan, and it's pretty interesting because I've never seen my junk under X-ray before. Apparently, the shot was kind of a little bit low, and I told the doctor, I'm like, hey, I've never seen my stuff under the X-ray before. I was like, oh. So, not a problem. And it turns out there are no bones down there. Anyways, so looked like my areas have to do my areas of concern have to do with my L5 and my right hip. So, which makes sense. It's consistent with, depending on what I'm going through, my posture and all that good stuff. Areas that are tied to those zones give me problems. So, and knowing that also, helps guide me as far as how I could, strengthen and stretch and do all that good stuff to sort of help with those areas. So, yeah. That's that. Yeah, because after that trip and getting injured, you know, it was like, I was really bad. I was so bad. My movement was really trash. You know? And it was concerning because, you know, the summer was a couple months away. I mean, summer, why I say the summer? I mean, a summer trip was a couple months away. And so I needed to get that work done to sort of fix myself and become a little bit more durable and resilient. And eventually I did. And pretty happy about it because it was pretty miserable for a long time, getting out of bed, getting comfortable, moving around and stuff. Pretty miserable, but you know, all the work paid off and was able to go through our summer vacation, our family summer vacation. You know, because, you know, if I was trashed and that summer vacation rolled around, I wouldn't have been able to pick up any luggage, move any luggage. I would have been pretty useless, and I don't want that. Now, I'm not problem-free. It's just my new reality is, you know, I have issues with my back and my hip, and I need to do things a certain way and be more mindful and try to continue to do what I need to do at my age to stay durable, so that I can be as healthy as possible. So I do stupid things like running on the trail for hours and hours. So, yeah, that makes no sense. But hey, anyways, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's a really short one, but go out, run, something. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Ruel's Running Podcast with Ruel. If you like what you just heard, share it with your friends and your enemies. Also, be sure to check out the site over at ruelsrunning.com. This has been another Coffee with Heavy Cream production. Join us next time for another silly show of Ruel's Running Podcast.